welcome back to my channel. It is time for me to give you a weekly update. And so where we left off last time with Cozy Mystery Book Bingo, the theme that had been called was culinary, and for that one I was reading Death by Dumpling by Vivian Shin. I ended up loving this one. I gave it, I'd say maybe like 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was a really good start, really original. It really had me craving Chinese food. I must have eaten like 3 or 4 Chinese meals. I had dumplings because her family owns a restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, and I just had to eat all the Chinese food because it just had me craving it. It was a really good story, a really good mystery, really great start to the series, and I will definitely be continuing on with it. Then, the next thing that was called was West End Girls, which means we're to read a book set on the west coast of the United States. So that could be California, it could be Washington, Oregon, and I chose Washington State, and I read Death on Tap, the first book in the Sloane Krause mystery series by Ellie Alexander, and I really liked it. I felt like the mystery, well, what it's about is Sloane Krause catches her husband cheating on her, literally very first sentence, very first page of the book, and she has been raised in the foster care system, so she's never really known much family other than this family that she has moved into, and she's become very close to them, and they own a brewery and restaurant in this small town in Washington, and she's just not comfortable working there after she discovers her husband's been cheating on her, so she goes to work for a new startup microbrewery right down the road called Nitro, and it's like her first or second day there. She finds a dead body in one of the fermenting tanks, and it just develops from there. We spent a lot of this book meeting the characters, learning about the town. We spent a lot of the time learning about beer. I'm not a big beer drinker, but I thought it was really interesting, the things that they talked about, and it never bogged the story down or messed with the flow in any way. It was just like a really good addition to it. My one complaint about this one is the mystery kind of got put on the back burner. It wasn't as front and center. It seemed to kind of get forgotten at times, but that's kind of typical of first books in these series. We're learning the characters, we're learning about the town. That's more of like the forerunner. And now that we have learned those things, oh, there's Budgie. And Tunder is over there asleep in the pop sun. And now that we know who the characters are, we know the setting of the town, I think that the next books in the series are going to be a little more murder and investigation focused. At least I hope that's, well, there you go. At least I hope that's what happens in it. But this was a really good start. I flew through it. It read really quickly. Kate Dyer Seeley, or Ellie Alexander, whatever you know her as, is a really good writer. I really felt connected to all the characters. I loved all of them. I loved the little Bavarian themed town. And I'm going to definitely continue on with this series. It was really, really good. So that was for this week. They haven't called the newest theme yet. That'll be called on Saturday. So in the meantime, I am still listening to Long Road to Mercy. Is that what it's called? The first book in the Atlee Pine series by David Baldacci. I am at 81%. I sped it up a little bit. I put it at 1.25. It used to just be at like 1. And so I think that's really helping me. I've been listening to it this morning as I've been doing, like I had to go to the grocery store and clean the bathroom, so I had it on in the background while I was doing that. So hopefully I'll finish that one soon. And I'm reading One for the Money, the first book in the Stephanie Plum series by Jenna Ivanovich. Really, really late to the party on this one too, but that's my theme this year is, you know what, even if it's like an oldie but a goodie, I'm gonna read it, because I normally feel like I have to read the new books that have just been published, but right now I'm just feeling like reading the ones that I missed along the way. Now, I do remember reading this one when it first came out. Well, not first came out, but I think when the movie came out with Katherine Heigl, I read the first one and I never continued on with it, because as I'm reading it, I'm like, I remember this, but I'm liking it a lot. I think we're up to number 27 now. They're still coming out. They're still very popular. There's always a holds list for them at work. There's always people asking for them. They always get checked out. And it's really funny. It's like, it's cutesy. I used to read a lot of Janet Ivanovich back in the day. So it's really cute and nice to revisit her. I'm enjoying it. I started it last night. I'm on page 111. I'm flying through it. And I'll probably rewatch the movie once I finish it. Now on to the things that I'm knitting. Like I was showing last week, I always have a knitting project going, and last week I had just started the little cat Afghan square, I guess you could call it, and I finished it. I don't know if you can see the little kitty cat there. I accidentally slipped a stitch up here at the top of his little head, so I've got a little hole there, but other than that, you can see the little kitty cat in there. So I'm thinking of doing, I'll leave a link down below. There's a website that has a whole bunch of these little animal Afghan squares. And so I'll leave a link in case you wanted to make one. There's like, I remember there was a bull, there was a chicken, a butterfly, like pages and pages of them. I did the kitty cat first because obviously love cats, cat mom. So I finished this one. It was a really fast, I think I finished it in like 2-3 days. Knitted up really fast. I'm also currently working on my scarf still. Like I said, my husband has the one I made for him. Now I'm making me one. Haven't gotten very far at all in it, but, you know, I'm working on it. I'm getting there. And I'm making a shawl for my aunt. Like I was saying, this was supposed to be her Christmas present. And here we are, mid-February. So it's going to actually be a shawl like this one that I'm wearing. So this one I've got kind of turned around. I've got a little shawl pin in. This is the one I was showing you a picture of last week. Lots of different ways you can wear the shawl. You can also have it, you know, keep your shoulders warm. Put the shawl pin in that way. I've done that before too. But I'm making my aunt the one in blue. And I'm getting pretty far along in it. Oh, there's Budgie. Hey, girl. And oh, just dropped some stitches. Oopsie daisy. There I go. Yeah, I did. I dropped some stitches. Here's Budgie. She's not feeling great today. She has a little something with her eye. See my eye? So we might go visit the vet. Aren't you pretty? Yeah, you got some discharge in your eye, buddy. So we may go visit the vet later this afternoon and just see what's going on there and what we can do about it. But other than that is what we're doing here. I do work the next 2 days, so I don't know how much knitting or reading I'm going to get done. But I don't work Saturday, so that'll be really good when they call the new theme. I can get started on that book right away. And in the meantime, I'm going to take care of little Budgie and her eye. I'm going to keep hanging out with Matunda back there as he sleeps. And I will see you next time. I hope you guys are reading something great, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye for now.